to my channel. I have with me here two special guests and I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha,
Hey everybody, I'm Vanessa.
and today we'll be talking about a topic that I think it impacts a lot of Jamaicans more than we think it does, but it is not really talked about on a level where everyone can have that relatability. So it feels like, oh, probably just one person go through this. So we'll be talking about the absentee fathers and how their absence affects children, as well as the relationship that children have with their moms.
Yes. Why? So that will be our topic tonight, guys. So we're gonna throw a few points at each other and we'll discuss it. So we're doing our first podcast. Yes, this is a podcast. So I hope that you will like the discussion. Put your inputs in down in the comment section and like the video and subscribe. So let's go.
All right, so first we're going to just give a little bit of backstory, just for relatability purposes and to give you a better understanding of where we're coming from. So I'll start. Um, I'm 24 years old, by the way, and for all of my life, I've just known a mother. And while that is a great thing, and we salute all single moms that are doing their best, I think a part of me always want to know who is my father, or I kind of think about the bond that we would have had if he was there and all of that. So like when I think about it, it's not because I don't value what my mother has done for me, or I would say, oh, she never do her best and all of that. But it's just that I've never had a father. I've always seen relationships that
Yeah.
other children might have with their dads, and I say, some would I want that.
There's just this emptiness. Yeah, this
Right.
emptiness.
Because it started as early as grade 2. Them used to have Valentine's Day at school, and they make some little notes
Cards,
to your
yes.
parents and stuff like that. And everybody alright. Happy Valentine's Day to my mom, to my dad, or like on a Father's Day. I'm say everybody I buy cup and flowers. And I say, boy, what a sad day. Cause I don't have that to give my mom. And I used to give her stuff on Father's Day until one time I said, but you're not a dad. I think you should be celebrated on Mother's Day, but because you know the impact where you play, you kind of
It's a
say, yeah,
mom and
man,
dad, yeah.
let me give her something on Father's Day. And I said that should not be the case. No, I want father to
Yes, the
forgive.
fathers are missing.
Right, and I think that also plays a part in how I relate to men, even in relationships, because I don't really see that type of relationship between a man and woman from home to say, yeah, man, this is an example of
Yes.
what to do or what not to do, or your persons have that comparison to say, I like this in my father, and I think most men would behave this way because a lot of men kind of feed off each other in terms of behavior. So I never really had that, and it impacts me in a lot of ways. And even to this day, I still would want a relationship with my father, just because yeah, the parents. I would like to see how that would impact my life.
And
going
he's still
forward and
living,
stuff.
right? As far as you know.
Well, to be honest, I don't know. The only thing I know is his name, where he used to live, where he used to work. So I really don't know anything else. And my mom has a mutual friend. My mom and him, they have a mutual friend. So like when I saw her one time, I never really hear her say, before I look for her, something
You
like
never
that.
ask, you never show.
No, because the story why he's absent is my mom said she found out she's 5.5 weeks pregnant. And she told him, he said, him not ready for no pitney and he can't believe so she get pregnant so quick and all of that, and him will come check her. There you go. I know the check her can't happen, and that was 24 years ago.
Whoa.
So she said after the 5.5 weeks he did not show up. God doctor, you start doing checkups and stuff. 9 months come, she still don't see him. So she's like, she wants some assistance now to buy up baby stuff. She went to him on his route, and she was asking him for money, and he's like, oh, me not have no money, and we come check you, and me just give XYZ one money, and he's going to come. I think it was the Sunday. I was born on a Wednesday. Don't say that Sunday. She went back again when I was about to be 3 or 3 to go to basic school, saying that she wanted some help. That time we moved to country. But she was living in Kingston and he was in Kingston. So when she went there, nothing again. It was the same thing. She found out after because one of his baby mom was working on the same bus with him. So she said when she went there, she found out that he had another child after me. And he told that same baby mother that working on the bus, that he knows my mommy have a baby. But I don't really know what the conversation after that was. And even that instance, I remember that day because I was at my godfather's workplace in Kingston as well. So even sometimes I said to my mommy, like, why you never bring me? Because at least I would have some sort of memory of what he probably looked like or what he sound like or something.
Yeah.
Because I remember the day vividly like what I did when I was at the workplace.
But in terms of the other child, is he in that child's life?
The one after me?
Yes.
I don't know. That was the last conversation they had. And he told my mom that, oh, I need a DNA to prove that I'm his child.
So you never met that sibling either?
No, I don't know anybody. None at all.
Nobody on his side?
Not
No
even
grandma, no grandpa?
nobody. And he had 2 children before me. Like while my mom was pregnant, she said then they probably were like 12 or within that little age group. So I'm not sure. So yeah, that's my story with that with absent father.
Well, for me, I grew up with mommy and daddy. Yes. Me and daddy have this close bond, even closer than mommy and I was. And now that I have to raise my 3 kids on my own, it's really challenging. It's challenging. Like, where are the dads? Like them not understand say you don't just come and drop off money. Kids need your support, kids need your love, kids need your hug. And that's what's damaging society. And even now me attack, my eyes them feel teary because like where are the dads? Like me
Yeah, a lot
literally
of them-
cry all day because me I say every time me I say the dads them always say, oh but me send money, them good, me interested them good. But you're not
just,
there
just
physically.
the money alone.
Adjust the money, you're not there physically. You're not there.
Even for the small things like them just probably want to tell you about something. Oh, you know that they see that XYZ.
Yeah.
You know nothing big.
Come
You
and
have
drive,
most men's-
play a car with them and
Yeah, they don't do that. But
play
I
a
guess
car and play.
most men's nowadays, they kind of, once the sexual attraction is not there with
Them
probably the
feel
mother,
like them
they
feel-
don't feel as if they can come around the child or,
And they're
give them
spiting the
anything.
children.
Of course, they're doing that.
They're
But at the
spiting
end of the
them.
day, they're not realizing that, all right, if they don't have anything financially, just to have a bond with the child, it goes a far way. Most of them, they don't think about that part of it. So, I mean, like, a lot of children nowadays, they want their fathers, given the way in which society is going. Fathers have to be present in every child's life. And the main thing that women get wrong nowadays too is that we are females, we are mothers, we are not fathers, right? So yes, we may substitute in a while, like, all right then, the father would do this, we probably can do it 50%, but we can't do the whole 100.
Yeah, you
So at
can
the
never
end
give
of
a
the day,
child that father
Mhm.
relationship.
so the father still needs to be there to play a role in the child's life.
And it's frustrating.
But you know,
It's
sometimes
frustrating, you know?
when I think, but when I say if it's a way how we're cultured or what is the exact reason why some persons behave like that? Because even in my situation, may I say if you made the decision to have unprotected sex with somebody,
Responsibility.
why is it that you can make that? That is a very serious choice, you know, considering all that is out there. You made that decision, and you're gonna tell a person say, "Oh, I'm not sure if the child is mine." I've always wondered if you take the time off to say, you know, let me actually do the DNA test, you know, just in case to see if I'm my child, so if I'm my picnic, me not miss out on the opportunity to have a relationship with them. And if I don't mind, me just know so I don't have to contribute if I don't want to, or if I want to, me just know say out of the goodness of my heart, and not because it's actually my child.
Exactly.
So I think about that because even now when we're talking about parenting and raising young men, a lot of the households they don't have a father, and persons would argue that this is the reason why a lot of the things are happening. But how will we ever know if the narrative not really change?
But half of the time still in a Sasha, the father them living at the house and the man Them not play
All of
no
that
role
too.
in the child's life, you know.
Mhm.
They live
In
At
and
the
in
out.
the
same way,
house
them
and
just
they,
carrying the money out again.
yes.
Because them
You just
feel like, all right, let me
once the
buy
bills
this
paid,
for the
once food
picnic.
is in the
Yeah.
house, once they have on clothes, that's it.
And you know, so sometimes they not paying a bill or doing bringing the money either, because the mother hold up the house, you know. Cause
Yeah.
a lot of the mothers, they're very hardworking and they want to go, they go get it, and they gonna make sure the home is good, because children have to eat, you have to send them to school, and you want them to get a certain quality of life.
Yeah.
So even though the man probably not getting up, you still a try to do it, you know.
You still
But
a
him
try
just live
hustle.
there.
Yeah, and even the man, him probably not give nothing to the household because him know mommy's there and mommy's
It's
going to
doing,
ensure that
yes.
the kids are okay.
Right, so I'm just come in, and I realize like even a lot of men, even conversing with their children, them would just, I don't know, probably them call them or video call them and they're just there. No real conversation, no inquiry about what going on in the child's
Some
development or
of them
something.
don't, you know, like even when I go PTA meetings, like probably a five father out of the 500 that had children in the school,
Mhm.
5
Present.
fathers are present, and those are the same fathers every time.
Same for
Present.
clinic too.
And
There's
it
no
looks
change.
so good when the fathers them come and something
Of
there,
course.
because it's always the
The
mothers.
mothers.
Even with clinic, if you ask the one father to say, "Can the baby go to clinic today?" No, man, a mother duty that.
Yeah, you know, and what concerning that too, what I've always wondered, Jamaica always has said them are moving in a direction to foster quality relationships and they want to cut out violence, and it starts from home and whatever. And even the mere fact that a lady goes through pregnancy is a life and death situation, and it is so hard that you want the closeness of your partner. And from stories that I've heard of persons experience here, while you're giving birth, the facilities are not set up. I mean, I know if I just because it's public, but they're not set up to accommodate even the man being there to experience that.
Yeah,
And
because
you alone go in,
because it's
Only
public.
private
Only
hospitals.
private, like probably
Right.
Hargreaves will foster that. But it shouldn't be like that.
you alone go in, you
It
alone
shouldn't
go
be
through
like that.
everything, and you come home again, probably still you alone.
You're alone. It's always you're alone.
Because
You're
most
pregnant,
men,
you go clinic, the man them don't. This is Jamaica. The man them don't come. You know, them don't follow you go clinic.
Oh,
Them-
I'm a clinic, man.
them
Every
Yeah.
time
even-
you see you.
yeah.
why?
The
Most
babies
of
them
them, when the
born
baby born, them say, oh, baby too small, fragile, can't hold him
can't
now.
hold them. Yes.
Yeah.
Can't hold them
so
now,
how you
so.
hold the baby?
Yeah.
Baby not fragile for you?
You get up. You still have to get up. Wash the baby clothes. You're pregnant. You still have to cook the meal. You still have to cook the food. Like, I always wonder.
And if you have other kids, you still have to take care of them
You
too.
know, some feel say some of them money just get kids because they want to say me a baby father, or how much me a
Bragging
careless,
rights.
or me have so this a baby mother, that the baby mother, this a baby mother, this, but you don't.
No,
You're not
me
playing.
honestly feel like most of them just slip up, and because the lady not going to do anything with it or about the situation, all right, baby comes, so them just have to accept it, right?
Yeah.
And then when them see the child evolving now, they say, all right, then I'm a son this,
Yes.
I'm a daughter this.
That's the
you know?
time they want to
Play a
step
part.
in. They always want to play a
Most of
part.
them just slip up.
And when I think about it, I say even as mothers and sisters and auntie and whatever, when them man they behave so, them parents talk to them or anybody talk to them or them just left them and say, oh, we don't really business with people
Yeah,
business.
that's people
Because me I
business.
say, you're a family member to know, you know, because that child is a grandchild, a niece,
Or
a
niece or a
nephew,
nephew.
or some brother, I don't know, however it goes in the family. So when you see these relationships taking place, maybe when that person's really point it out and say, you can't dictate and make actually
Yeah, you
put them
can't
for
tell
good
that
it, you know.
person.
But do you give them advice to say, you know, say your child, try to develop a relationship with them,
That's
try
the
to
I
same
guess
thing
engage,
I'm
try to
saying.
some get some form of advice, but the thing is that do they actually take it,
They don't take it.
right?
They don't take
Most of them
it.
they just ignore it and say, all right, then this is my life. Yes, I got a child, and this is how I'm going to be towards the child. This is how I'm going to grow the child.
No,
This is my
only
choice.
Jamaica alone them something that happen.
No, sir.
Like,
Like, it happen
feel like
everywhere,
you
but
happen overseas.
Jamaica is just
But because
I
we're
think-
exposed to here mostly, we kind of just hear about it here. Because a lot of persons go through that overseas, you know, picking in the foster care system,
Yeah.
broken homes with marriages and all of them something. And it's just always the mom where I try to continue. And what I realize is even though the mother tried them the absolute best, once the child grows up, there is still a void. And that void, whether it play out in a friendship, relationships, or any other interactions that they have with people, because you don't know how to navigate the space of dealing with a male or probably a female in some cases too. But most times it's how to deal with male relationships because you want that love from a person. So even when you not get the proper love where you should I get, because you know have a man in the household to say, boy, this is how you treat a woman, or this is how I should be
Yeah.
expecting treatment from a guy. Of course, some of it can be bad, but we're just focusing on the good to say. You lead by example. My father used to tell me, say, you know what? This is how a man treated. This is what a man should do, or this is how to come together and form a relationship. You don't really get that.
No, you don't get that. You don't
And
get
if your mom is a person who not try to get over her hurt too, and move on to establish healthy relationships with you, how she experience relationships with men can in turn impact how you view relationship with men,
That's so
because
true.
it'll come out from a hurt perspective. So she not gonna tell you say, this is the good side of it, or
Yes.
here's how to navigate it. Man bad. Full stop.
Yeah.
So that's a real concern.
Yes, and I was even saying to Van this evening and Chrissy that it no matter how much money you can come give them. Look, the artists them and all of them popular people, they're rich people. They turn to drugs, they turn to violence, they turn to guns. Most of them end up in a prison, jail, and you always wonder why. You always say, oh, but them rich.
Yeah,
So why them have to do that? And half of the times when you hear them story,
With them girl,
even with Master P and Little Romeo, you say, growing up watching them on the TV, you say, yeah, them grow up good and whatever. I know you grow your hair. You didn't love me, you didn't show me no love, you wasn't there for me when I wanted it. So all we see out there is the fathers dropping off the nice things, living the most life out there, and them not pay them children them no mind. Some of them not even know how them sleep. They don't even know.
I feel like it has stemmed from a long time too, because there was this narrative of women should stay at home and take care of the home and the children, and man should go to work. And while that is still the dynamic for some persons, because it might work for some persons, but the majority of the men now, they might go and give you that impression, say, these are mommy duties and this is what you're supposed to do. But not even provide them can provide it for that the dynamic them do that go work with.
I them have this other thing too when them grow up with at the man fi talk, and when the man talk, the woman fi talk. So I just the same thing. I mean the man, so
You
see,
listen
right,
what me say.
your freedom of speech is everything. And you see, from the moment you don't have that, that is the end of it, right? Even towards your children. From, all right, so for instance, you're co-parenting, right? Remember, the child may be living with mommy. At the end of the day, you probably see certain things happening with the child, and you probably call the daddy and say, all right, you can talk to so and so for me, please, because I realize this has been happening, and first of all, he's supposed to say to you as the mother, give me a full explanation as to what is happening, why you think this is going this way, because remember, the daddy isn't living there. But at the end of the day, 3/4 of the men nowadays, they constantly saying, all right then, this is happening under your roof because you allow this, and
So no blame.
no blame.
yes, no blame.
Because they don't want to be responsible for anything. So the least you can ask them for is probably the best way forward.
And also with that same situation, what happens too is a lot of the times them not try to establish no relationship with the child to say, know that if you're doing something that I see needs to be corrected or give you proper guidance, you can't, well, and I say you can't talk to the child because it's going to come from an authority perspective. So, oh, man, your daddy, if you listen, but you have not established a relationship with the child to say, all right, me congratulate you, me support you, me do all of that. So now what time for me correct you.
Yeah.
So when you come to the child now, figure talk, more often than not, the child is not going to be responding to whatever you're saying because you just feel like, oh, you just come for discipline me now, but you're not asking me say if I want this, you're not asking me how me do or stuff like that. So that's the one next way to way it comes across as though when them a talk to the child now, them gonna say, oh, your mother make it answer because you don't want to
Yes.
listen to
And
no
It's
a
bad.
always
a
that
lot
way.
of these kids too, they go through depression and anxiety and stuff
Yes,
like
they
that.
do.
And
Yes,
as small as you see some of these kids, yet them throw a whole heap of tantrums, you know?
they do.
Because they don't
Yeah,
know how
because
else to express it.
exactly.
Yeah, them do. Because me know because I experienced that. The tantrum behavior, I experience it. And it's really hard. It's really hard. So me just imagine where your mother go through such a raising you up
24
until now,
years.
24 years.
And I tell you, it's
Because it's hard because me tell her say, but actually some days you just break down. Some days you just
Yeah.
break down and I say, I am tired. It just drain you. It drain you.
And even if you don't break down to, you know, because even the other day when, you know, persons we hear on the news say one mother get rid of her child in a certain way, then gonna be like, oh, but you know, she wicked. I may say, when I ever take the time out for think about how stressed she might be, while
I
that is
said,
a very sad
Mhm.
situation, you know. You think, say, one mother where I go through, say, average conditions, then where at least me have a support system or me have little finances, or we can just get by. You think a mother really would have loved her child and say, all right, cool, we can't bother, me just go do
I
it with
said
all
the
of
same thing
this.
about one of those same stories the other day. When a mother, I think of Florida, 2 kids, and she just snap and whatever. So me I say, and him I say a wicked woman or whatever. Me I say no.
Yeah.
Me say sometimes I don't understand. Me say I will not do it. Me say I will not do it. Now me have the strength for me want to do it, but me say sometimes I don't understand what it feel like to just eat at the house with the 2 people them. Probably she not have not even food for them,
Yeah.
and it's stressing like we get up in the morning, baby awake hours and night. People mental
But you know,
health.
say you cannot go on good to, you know, Anna. Go on good for a couple of days and you feel like you're holding it together. And the one day you go that can't find one pampers and you start ball and everything just feel like it
It's
come
a
and find you overwhelmed.
yes, yes,
That's just it. And
yes.
yesterday the mom said, but oh, you did good. So how all
Yes,
of a
because
sudden?
I experience that sometimes, so I know exactly where to come off of because me have depression problems. So you be good now, and then do something and you just snap, and then you catch back yourself a couple minutes after and say, oh my God, I have to control this for them. I have to control it for them.
It always goes back to them.
Yes,
Like no matter what you
like
go
as a
through,
mother,
sometimes
everything you do,
see
you
them.
have to just think.
Yeah,
You have to sit
think
back and
about your
think.
kids. No matter how sometimes they probably get down. Me, I'm a mother, and 3/4 of the times, me probably in a one bad spot, and best believe me a ball. Me, me don't know what to do. Me feel like this is it. But at the end of the day, me look for my pitney, right?
Yeah.
And everything just say, all right then, Vanessa, hear what? Your kids need you, right? You have to do this. Try again. Probably whatever you do not work now, take a different approach, right? So sometimes,
And it's hard to when one man that they in or let me not just say a man because probably sometimes the fathers are
I think
upset
it's
but you
the
can have a
support
support
system.
system. If you don't have
Yeah.
that in a, and you reach a breaking point, you don't have nobody you can say, boy, I remember left them. For at least 10 minutes, I'm just cool off.
And me,
You
I
have
don't
to
really
be
have
there.
that. I have to be here all the time because
Right.
my sister work. I just have to be here.
So
The
in
only
those
time I get are
moments,
just like Saturday, when daddy comes Saturday and Sundays. That's the only day I get. And even this morning, Mr. Me just break down. We get up 4:30, Tiana trip. When Tiana make her thing, then pick her the gas down. Me start ball from 4:30. Like, and then for the entire day, me just down. Me I try eat the food, me I try force the food. Me I say no. Me just can't, but I say me can't do this. Me I say to myself, say me can't do this no more. Me say really hard, you know. Be hard as a mother, you know. Like you expect so even sometimes the father them to come around. Even if you talk them beat me, talk them, put them. It's not. Me say this all the time. It's not like you know, run off on the overseas. You know, the
and then in the
overseas.
same country.
It can work
So
sometimes.
wait.
Yes, the mothers be probably hard for you, but if you come around more often, for your kids, the mother will calm down.
But I think a lot of times them a focus on because me not have a relationship with them, me I try to get you for put me back in the spot that we're good. We don't have to good. All you need to do is just develop a cordial relationship where you can call and say, alright, me I'm gonna come over and spend at least half an hour with the
With the,
children. You good with that? or something like that.
Or ready the kids, make a carry them go KFC.
True.
Ready them, we go buy Burger King.
Or even
Just
when
a
we
simple
realize too,
walk.
you see with even with the day-to-day activities, their occupation right now is being a student. 8 hours you're going to school. So they're not gonna really say if you can take them during the day, Monday to Friday. But when they come in with homework, I don't know if fathers are doing it, but from what
Mothers,
me observe,
they,
no father now call and say you get any homework. Alright, may I go come for you and come help you with
I've
homework,
never
or
been
may I
in
go
that
come over.
situation where my kids them come in and no father help me with the homework.
Or say you have one
Uh-uh.
project for make
No.
something. Alright, come here, may you do the project together or something.
Right now, T and Dre get a project, and I did. But this morning when him gone school, me sit down and me start research everything. The other day we make this thing where we have to make out a claim, and I
For the
mean,
hill and something.
yes, and then the other day them get the next one where you have to make one book. Like it's stressing, you know, it's stressing. And then when him come, remember, you know, my schedule set away, you know. Tiana go school 5:30. By Tiana gone, Tiana have to wait. You have to drop Tiana at school 7, 3 week. Sometimes on Monday I have to wash because all of my preference them gone. Me left without nothing. I don't have a machine. So me have to do back everything by myself. You understand? Take more time. Mondays wash. By me come in, make like something to eat 3 week. Tray up the entire day, you know. You can't take a nap. Tiandre come 3:30. Homework. Gym 5:30. By me come in now, me have to help him with spellings. Well, like, where are the fathers?
Yeah, even in the simple activity there, and even on weekend too, because the weekend I'm gonna have homework.
Always.
If you go back at school or them have them look activity to do on the weekend, you know, you want to relax, or if them have no look chores, if them reach them age.
And then you know, see, if I can bash all the mothers because you have fathers out there, we are single father too. But me said, thumbs up to them because if we as mothers go through it, so and feel it. You can't just imagine a father where him alone and raise our 2, 3 people.
The same experience.
Or probably worse because here, well, some of them can't come here. They must have get somebody. Like it is just like me just when it comes to fathers, I'm just confused. Like how I always ask how you do it, how them do it. Like not check up on your kids, not being there.
And
not
are
being
they
supportive
comfortable with these relationships that they have with their children?
Yes.
Or if them have no regrets. Yeah, question for the older men, and we're gonna put it at like about 60. If anyone is out there watching this video, do you have any regret if you weren't an active parent in your child's life? Do you regret not doing that? And if so, what would you change, or what advice would you give to a younger male who is displaying the same type of behavior? Because I say like when you reach a certain age, is it a case where you get so comfortable with not having a relationship with your child? Is it such a that's how you go, yeah? Or you have a lot of regrets where you wish you could have changed
when they reach
certain things.
When they reach certain age, like 60s, 65, 70s, and them get old, they want the relationship with the kids.
And so they want the relationship, you know, I help them want. They want to go and say, oh, I have this amount of children, but they never played an active father role. Them just know, say, alright, I can't count them on my finger, I can tell people, say, oh, X amount of people me have, and that's just it. The mothers alone have to stand all of those responsibilities and foster that relationship, or try to mend or fill that gap then with them cause.
Exactly. And you know, at them sometimes at the man they make the mothers bitter.
The
men are the ones that make the mothers bitter half of the time.
Because you have a whole heap of them have nice, you know, nice personality women out there, and then the moment they probably get pregnant, you know, alright, for instance, going to clinic, you know that alright, once you reach probably 5 months, you know, you start buying up your essentials, preparing for the baby. And most of the men like, listen, forget things for the baby just to prepare for a child to come into this world. It's expensive.
It is.
Right? And then if the father literally
But
now
you know,
say, alright,
here tell me, a lot of persons oh, when you go have one pit, me still not done grow yet, and them a pitch it to you like, oh baby, no have to take care of. That's so weird.
Then I have a child and yeah, the man good and then by baby born, the man
They
them
disappear.
disappear.
Yeah.
Like them will
Most
change.
people them run because of the financial aspect of it, right? I think that.
But
and
they
then
run and they run
most
to
of them-
somebody else and still go get all the next me too.
Yeah, but then some of them make it worse on themselves because, alright, them grow up without a father, right? And at the end of the day, like you
Them still
you get
contribute
somebody
to the
pregnant,
problem.
and instead of you say, alright then, me never have a father, so let me try for my child. Let me try give my
Exactly.
child a better life. You know, a better upbringing towards certain little things. If I can't be there, like 80%, let me try for 75 or
If I
70.
even 50,
You know, if I even 50,
if I even
be
50,
there
we can't
sometime.
complain with that.
But
And then some of them tell them stories. The daddy wasn't there, so you expect so them to go feel a little gap there and all of that and be the father then that your daddy wasn't.
most of
Yeah,
them
that- that's
turn out to be
father.
worse than for them
Them
father.
father.
You know, when them a go talk about even running away from the financial responsibility. So how if you run left upon a mother, you still a lot of mothers are not in great financial positions,
Yep.
especially in this economy. It's basically me living from day to day and trying to make it work. So you tell me say you so afraid. And you run gone left because you not no money, but me rich.
No,
So me if stay
according to
with it.
men these days, woman them not have to feel for certain things because them a woman.
Yes, and if them left you,
That
if
is
you
it.
left,
So
and
you
somebody
decide
else
if you
can
a
go
do
next man,
prostitution.
yeah, I know a
Okay.
next man out there will take care of them,
Mhm.
and it's unfair, you know, because when I have the kids, then you left them for other man to abuse them because if a man ever take care of your child, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he might go feel like them can put his hand on your
Of
child.
course.
How would you feel? Fear of son calling
And
and
at the
say,
same
Daddy.
time, a lot of stepfathers, there are very good stepfathers out
Yes,
there, but some of them, and I said they didn't really want the responsibility of your children. They just like you. But
yes,
true, you have the pity them and say, sure, all right,
yeah.
make it
Once
go
you
on.
love the child, you know you gotta love them.
Mhm.
You gotta love them.
That's true.
Boy, don't taste.
Can't you? Come here.
Try do not taste.
Wipe off tray if you tray throw it and wipe on yourself. Please. Yeah, that is true. Like step you have some good man out there man with play father role.
Yeah.
And then me always wonder how they feel. You know, say another man have up your pitney and I take care of your pitney and you should have done
And I
that.
share that they bond.
And I share that they
But
bond.
maybe they're not you care now.
Yeah.
Because
that's
if you
true.
had cared so much, a lot of times financial responsibility is a very big aspect of it because that is what is going to help propel certain things that you need to get done. You will know some money is important. But you will not think say even if you're not in a great financial position, you can say, alright then money will come. For you have ambition, you know, you have to work towards certain things and mothers don't have it either, but they make it work because they know that they want to be there for their children. So you can still stick it out and say, alright, cool. Me probably can't find the dinner for you whole week, but me can find the dinner for today. So while me find the dinner for today, probably tomorrow, me can enjoy helping the money in homework.
Yeah.
Me can say, alright, then me could take a walk, go look on the river. Probably Pitney never walk the river yet. Or me don't know something.
It's
You
true.
just feel like I just the money. Once me don't have the money, I need
That
to
is
go.
it.
Yes.
Me can't
that's
do
it.
nothing else. I have to go.
It's hard for the mother. It's hard. If I even become sometime and I say, alright, here what? You make the dinner, make me feed them. Make me feed them today. Make
Right.
me do the feed. Make me cook the food then today. And then you sit down. Like you should have even if you're separated, you shouldn't have relationships like that way. You're good same way. Respect is there where you can come and we laugh and chat same way, even though you know we're not really in a nothing. It shouldn't be that way.
But you still co-parent.
They still cooperate because of the sake of the kids.
I guess most people they don't take the kids into consideration. Then basically just do it. Alright then.
Go give Katie.
This is how I want things to be done. So this is how I'm going to act.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very tricky situation because you have some fathers, you know, boy, and what I really don't like too when it is highlighted that you know I like seeing a father. Why me not like you highlighting another way? I know because they always dealing with the mother. I went time at them alone.
Yeah,
Them one,
yeah.
and that makes me wonder: is it that you were willing to take the kids because the mom was not going to be there, or she don't want to be there, or you were just forced? The mother said, "Boy, I'm fed up. So right now, the only thing left to do, I just throw the put them on you and go on, because if me have them, you
Yeah.
were not playing your part." So sometimes that made me think, man, say, is it really a case where they want to actively play that role, or you were forced to play the single father role?
Most of them are forced, I think. Well, that's what I believe. Most of them.
But then sometimes, you know, you will deal with the person or you will live with the person as partners. And you don't realize them attitude until you're out of the relationship.
So you're still a trying, and you have to feel your part, so it look like things I do.
Yeah. When you're out of the relationship, you realize that you didn't want to be around the child. It's just because the child in the house now, it look
You have
like
to
you did
interact
something.
with them.
You have to interact with them. But when you leave the relationship, because how can a father want to be in a child's life, and because you and the mother separate, you're not in the child's life? As I was saying, if you want to be in the child's life so much, even if you're not in a relationship with the mom, you can still come around. You should still play your part.
That's true.
And
That's
even if
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
have any money too,
I-
because money will come. Once you have the vision to say, right, then this is what I want to achieve, and you're willing to go out there and work for what you want, the money will come.
That's true.
So it's not just focusing on the money to say, oh, I'm gonna have the finances, so I need to go. Because when you leave, if you have two persons working together and one leave, you don't think your other person have to go take all of the responsibility now. Now they're
Exactly.
concerned about not having the money because you just vanish completely. So no money, no support, and they have to do it. Where even if say it's a case where you don't have the money, say 1 week, if you were actively playing the role, a lot of persons wouldn't say, boy, me can't bother with him because he now come around and he not have no money.
Exactly.
But when you go, you not have no money none at all, and you weren't actively doing anything, you can't expect a person to just giggle with you and be like, oh, where you come today?
Exactly.
That will just still harbor resentment. So I hope a lot of young men will look into themselves, and even if there isn't a male figure in the household that's really playing the role now, but I do hope the mothers really continue to enforce that. There are structures to get in certain things in life. You want to have a quality life with your kids in the future, or develop as a upstanding citizen in your country and stuff like that. So you just continue to play that role, and even though there might be a gap with you having an absent father, you cannot force a person to be there that doesn't want to be there.
That's true.
So all you can do is just motivate them and hope they will have a change of heart to say, okay, I see this relationship with my child as important and I want to be a part of it. And if they're not a part of it, just know that you can get that father figure from other persons.
Yeah.
And it's not to say I got actively go seek it now and we go find it in the wrong place. But there are many other males who can play that role and it help to guide you along life.
That's true. Okay. So guys, I think we've come to the end of this
Part 1.
podcast. Part one. Yes, part one. So we'll see you next Wednesday for part 2. I'll see if I can get some other guests who can come in and give their 2 cents. So guys, I would like to say thanks for watching. Thanks to my 2 guests, Sasha and Dan.
You're welcome.
Yes, thanks for coming. And bye guys.
Bye.
I've been drinking more alcohol for the past